even the Tyler Perry movies, and every time the family fall apart, it's because the parent was lying. You did not tell your kid the truth.
Right.
You was lying about who their daddy was. You was lying about who you were.
The kid can't come talk to you.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's not the kind of environment that I'm trying to create for her. Like, I want her to be able to be so comfortable with coming to talk to me, because I was that comfortable with my mom. Like, I talk to my mom about pretty much everything.
Mama worked double, still made dinner at night. Smiled through pain, made the whole house feel right.
We're back.
Loud, ta-da, watch out now.
They ain't cancel us yet.
No, they can't.
They tried.
They won't.
They said they're starting a Surviving the Peach World documentary, y'all.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That would be insane.
What did you guys do?
Nothing.
It was a long week.
Okay.
Yeah, Kanye said that, and I was just like, what do y'all have to do with?
Yeah.
Besides us. Like, hey y'all know me. I'm Peach.
Your girl is
Surviving the Peach World is crazy, and we also have
The voices in the building.
yes.
We back.
Surviving the Peach Wall.
and the voice.
And the voice, apparently.
Don't add me to that.
And now the pod has the people talking.
Yeah, I got a Rico coming in, and I'm not part of it.
We might.
Crazy.
You're not a part of it.
That's why I'm glad I'm not on camera. Nobody knows what I look like.
That's crazy.
I know.
I could easily walk away.
You really could.
That's crazy.
I think we should.
It's Peach Row, baby. You stuck for life.
Welcome to
Yo,
Peach
he
Row.
don't know. Welcome to Peach Row.
Peach Roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to Peach Row.
It get
I
like that.
Getting that tattoo one time.
I got a tattoo artist for you.
I know. Shout out to Daz.
Thanks.
All
I
right.
ain't gotta shout out the first 2 minutes. That's crazy.
I mean, it's not the first episode,
It's not.
so he deserved that one. Give it to him for now.
Yeah, that's one of the best tattoo artists ever. I might really get that though. Just put it here. So we like,
Peach Row.
welcome.
That's crazy.
My birthday's
Thoughts?
coming.
Thoughts.
So
So
we're coming off of an amazing week.
yeah, it was.
Weekend. And our last episode that just dropped today was the 420 episode.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
And I watched that episode and I am floored. Okay? I am never coming
You know,
to
it'd be
work
so crazy
like that
because I feel like we
again.
just be sitting here like having a conversation. So I don't never really remember what we talk about until I rewatch
And
the.
I'm like, why did I say that?
Yo, I was like, we said that, but we were also fried. So
And it was intrusive thoughts. So
Yeah.
we don't have those thoughts all the time. But they are thoughts. So shout out to that episode.
yeah.
Always make sure y'all are, checking in with the channel because episodes are just dropping. We actually drop the episode every week.
So far, yeah.
So far.
So far, this is our 4th episode.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I found out? That people think that if you don't shoot, like, after your 5th episode, if you don't make it past, like, the 5th episode.
Third episode?
This is
Most
third?
podcasts fail after 3 episodes.
Wow.
Oh.
And we're on episode number...
4. We're filming 4 now.
Look at that. You're already in the upper echelon already.
hello.
Wow.
And if you make it to 20, baby, you're on to something here.
All right, so y'all gotta keep
So-
liking, commenting, and subscribing so we can stay around. I
Yeah, because
guess.
people definitely been pulling up to the shop and like, oh,
Yeah, the
they
people.
even
Of,
talking about you.
Oh, they don't know me though.
Yeah,
No.
well, we know you.
That right.
So we be talking about you with them.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. I mean, if I'm being recognized without being seen, I like that. I can fuck with
I
it.
love that.
yeah.
And with this week upcoming, we all know the biggest weekend of the year.
Mama's Day.
It's Mother's Day.
It is.
And for those who don't know about Liz and Peach, when we're not at the shop.
when we're at the shop,
Right.
we are mamas.
We are moms. So today, we kind of was reflecting on our last 3 episodes and how much we talked about the clients, we talked about the shop,
Talked about the kids.
the kids. Yeah, the kids.
Child.
Did you get the phone?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
She's
staying
actually,
strong.
yeah, she's actually still phoneless and crying every other day about it.
It's cool though.
So-
She's been so much like more engaged at the shop.
She has been. She's been
so nice.
reading.
Yes,
She's
shout
been
out to the
reading
Harry
books.
Potters.
Yeah, she's on book 2 for Harry Potter right now. So my girl is slowly but surely getting out of her technology zone a little bit. I kind of really don't want to buy her another phone just for the, I want her to stay on that path.
I've been
She
days
is.
until she gets one, but
Yeah, no, I'm staying strong for now. Grandma definitely called me though,
Right.
and was like, "I'm gonna get it fixed," and I was like,
by all means.
"By all means," but I'm not doing it.
Yeah, because
She's
sometimes,
nuts.
as a parent, it's just out your hands. Like, when it comes to grandparents and it comes to what they want to do for the kid, it's just like...
Yeah, because they're trying to reach them as well. So it's like,
Yeah, and quite frankly, I'd rather them call her than me. So
right.
fix the phone. Like, call her, don't call me.
That was like so many things. I told y'all just listen. Every episode, like, we're going to write a book on Liz. Just listen to what she's saying, guys. It just opens up another door. That if you want to walk through it, just go through it. But today we want you guys to get to know us, as moms.
Yes.
We would definitely want to just have a conversation about the journey, where we are with it. Shout out to the mompreneurs, the, entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Because it's not easy. But, we ain't complaining. We just going through it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for starters, for those who don't know, I have an 8-year-old, Layla.
And Kristen is 11, not 10, 11.
They didn't know I said she was 10.
No, but she says it every time we shoot a new episode. So before she even gets it out, we know that you're 11.
Yes, preteen.
Yeah.
And we just want to shed light on what that is like. A lot of people that come into the shop, our clients, we end up having a lot of conversations about this thing called parenting. We end up having a lot of conversations about what scheduling looks like for us, as well as just the overall, like from the
good,
wake up,
the bad, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs, all of the things that come with being a parent, that come with being a mother specifically, that comes with being an entrepreneur and being a mother, all those things.
So where are you? Where are you with motherhood?
I'm in an interest. I feel like raising kids is always like each phase that they go through is always an interesting spot to be in. Like, I can tell when she's going through a transition. So I feel like right now we're in a transitional phase because my preteen is acting like a preteen. And so she's in the space of like finding herself and, me trying to guide her into finding herself, but also not trying to take over her life. Like, she makes her little decisions and stuff like that, and I'm there to support. But it's an interesting one. I'm excited because she's almost a teenager, but not quite. So she's like gathering a friend group and dealing with all the 6th grade drama and stuff like that. And me and Kristen are only 19 years apart. So it's like I kind of still remember being in that phase myself. So, we're coming to an understanding about many things right now. But it's been fun. It's been fun. She's coming into her own. She want to get her nails done, and she's been into makeup and perfume and all that stuff. So
image,
all the girly things are coming out. Cause she was a little tomboy for a little minute. Couldn't get her wear skirt like.
Yeah, those are the phases.
I thought she
My
was
daughter
gonna
was
be
the same.
Spider-Man.
Yo,
I thought
no,
she
for
was gonna
real.
shoot me with a web until she was 20.
She has a valid Spider-Man obsession.
Right.
Like, she loves Spider-Man, loves it from like young.
And
I think
it's
she's
so
been every
innocent.
version of Spider-Man.
Yeah, every.
Yeah. So, it's been a wild ride, but it's a good one. What about you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
My sister cousin Layla. I call her my sister because motherhood for me is I'm still in the very small child phase. Layla is 8, but Layla is very much my baby. And I think I have babied her into mentally like being my baby. So a lot of things are hard to do, especially like discipline. Because it's my baby. Like, I love being Layla's mom. I think that it's a roller coaster, And with her being 8, I'm also in this phase of sneaky. She wants to be like her cousin, older, but she still wants to be a baby. When she gets in trouble, it's like, I know I made this big girl decision, but I'm your baby. So,
right. Yeah, you have to use what you have.
Yeah, she uses it. She uses it. It works. She's very much a fence player. And I say that because she will play all players against each other.
Right.
As long as it's for her benefit. Queen of, can I go to my grandma? And grandma's not having it either, but it's just, I'm going to get away from you. I'd rather get it from my grandma than you, which is why she's like my sister. Because when we get around my mother, it's like we're going back and forth as if I'm talking to my sister and not my child. So motherhood for me, I actually have 2 kids. And the other kid is the salon.
Right.
Owning a shop, opening a shop, running a shop is definitely, the shop is in its toddler stage.
Right.
So I have this child that's 8 years old that's growing into, herself and somewhat caring about what she looks like and, wanting to do it herself and still needing mommy. And then I have this shop that's like round the clock, like I'm on duty.
So question, like the baby came before the shop, I'm assuming. Yeah?
Yes.
So how did you manage or balance the time between being a mom and starting the shop? Because I know starting is the hard part.
Yeah, the planning,
right.
The staying up late, making business plans, the village, I'm super big on a village, and me being a village baby, I have my baby in a village of people. And so the balance, there's a really hard work-life balance, I think, with Layla being 8 years old, where it's hard for me to not have her like on my hip when I'm doing stuff. She's not too independent at this age. So I'm literally like neck and neck with all responsibilities. And whether that is like finding childcare for her or even like with the shop, if I have to be so deep into Layla, a lot of times it's like you need to find childcare for your shop now.
Right.
Like who's the next person that's going to be responsible when you're not there? And hoping that people have the time to do it. So in a sense, even though there is a difference in age, I opened the shop when Layla was 5. There's still a very thin line, So I think though motherhood, I feel like is doing, I love it. I love being Layla's mom. It's a very thin line between motherhood and entrepreneurship, because with everything you open and everything you do, you have to treat it like as, you have to be as nurturing as you are to your own child.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
Like the guy that runs the studio, he feels the same way about like building this up. It's his baby, so he kind of like has to take care of it.
Yeah, and you can't expect everybody to think about your baby the way you do.
Right.
So it's the same thing with motherhood. You learn a lot. I think becoming a mom and building a relationship with your child. You kind of have like your own language. You have to trust yourself in this relationship and hope that every day I hope I'm putting something good out into the world when we leave the house. I'm like, whatever decision you make today, just please remember it's a reflection of you.
Right.
It's a reflection of me. It's a reflection of this home. And then on the other side, what is it? The double-sided mirror? On the other mirror, when I'm talking to the shop or thinking of the shop as a child, it's like I hope this shop is reflective of my heart and my mind. And I hope people can feel every word that I wrote on the business plan and every thing that you want to come to life in the shop. I hope people can feel it. We get a really good response when people come into the shop about the family aspect of having the peach wall.
Right.
People walk in, it's like cousin, like Tupac and Poetic Justice. It's like everybody's hands are up, like cousin. And that's such a good feeling. And you want that child to continue to grow and evolve. And the same thing like with me and Layla's mom. I'm raising her to grow and evolve. And hoping that, the love that mommy gives at home translates to the love like you feel and give out to the world.
Right.
So that's what stage we're at.
I feel like on my end, I went into business for myself because I was a mom. Like I spent from the time I think my daughter was like 3 months old, just like working. I McDonald's, Stop and Shop, Foot Locker, like Starbucks, just working. And it got to the point where I was just missing so much time with her. And then on top of that, I went to cosmetology school at the same time as I was working at one point. And it was just a lot of my time was taken up. I missed some holidays, barbecues, and it wasn't nothing too crazy. Like, but it was enough for me to be like, oh, I don't like this. Like, why am I not with my kid on Thanksgiving? Like, why am I not with my family when they having the 4th of July barbecue? Like, why is this not, like, it doesn't feel good, you know? Somebody's coming in here, but it just doesn't feel good. So, and I feel like I really got to the point was like, I don't really want to do this no more. Like, I gotta find another way, or become the biggest boss ever, and I can just choose my days, because it's no way that this is gonna be my life where I'm just working. I'm providing like hell for her, but my time is not there. And with my time not being there, I felt like my effort wasn't there. Like, you know, I'm working and I'm providing for her, but my effort as a parent, my effort as, you know, somebody that brought this child into the world, it wasn't doing it for me. So I was just like, I gotta find something else. And then, you know, I was in cosmetology school already. And then like once COVID hit, I was really able to like stay home, and we were really together all the time. I'm like, oh yeah,
I need this.
I'm like, I need this. Like I need to. And that's why you could really ask Amanda. I'm so anal about like my time off, and so anal about like even, you know, being off of work at a certain time so that like I can be home with her and I can make sure she's in bed at a certain time. Like I'm so anal with stuff like that because I spent way too much time not being able to do it. That is just like, those times are important. Like me being able to, you know, she's 11 years old now, so I'm not tucking her in every night. But when she asks, absolutely, you know, being there and being able to tuck her in, that means something.
And
so
I think it helps that the person you work with that owns the shop actually understands it because she's in the same shoes as you are.
I mean, that was something like when we met. We automatically, when we got through all of the entry level things of our meeting,
and her not liking you in the beginning.
Oh, here we go.
But she, you know,
every episode, y'all.
But
every episode.
That was something that we really connected with in the beginning, and it was literally. It wasn't a hard conversation about motherhood for us. You know, when we started talking in school and realizing, you know, she was working during the day at Starbucks, and I was working during the day because I was a school teacher.
Right.
And we just kept meeting each other at night, and we're talking. It was times like I would come to school distraught. Like, you know, because I know that feeling of leaving your child.
Yeah.
And I was going from being at home with her. Like, COVID was really a reset button. You know, because I worked 2 jobs at a time when I first had my daughter. I was a school teacher, and I worked at Apple, and I still did hair after work. Yeah, I worked at Apple. I helped open that Williamsburg store. Shout out to Williamsburg. And those conversations coming into beauty school, you know, another mom saw me, like, distraught. Another mom saw me like breaking down. I mean, I'm coming in school
exhausted,
unconsolable. Like you couldn't console me because I'm just like, she's never gonna know me. You know, I got home with COVID. I got to stay home as a school teacher, teach on Zoom. She's starting her learning process, and now I have to leave her.
Yeah,
you know, and it was already like before when she was first born, feeling like she's never gonna know me. After 6 months, you know, after the breastfeeding phase and maternity leave was over at Apple, I literally went into work mode. Like, I'm working 2 jobs. I'm like, I'm never home. I'm seeing her in between the 2 jobs. So finishing hair school was so important because even going through hair school, the encouragement we ended up having within each other, it was just like, girl, we gonna be with our kids. You know, I want to be with my daughter. So like 2021, I left the school system. I had left Apple in 2019, 2020. You know, got a better position with the school teaching. But then after a year of teaching online, actually a year and a half of teaching online, I decided like I want to be with my daughter, and I need a job that's gonna allow me to do it. I started renting a chair, and it's been like kind of up ever since. Like it just motivated me more.
I love that.
You know, but the difference I feel like sometimes, and this is where we're still in the encouraging mode. I won't take that day off.
Yeah.
I'll just bring her with me.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm taking that day.
That kind of works though.
You know,
Yeah.
So when Alyssa talks about the, you know, her being so anal, I can definitely attest to that. You know, it's been times I'm like, girl, like
She like, you not coming to work? I'm like, girl, no. She like, not even a half a day? I'm like, girl, no. Like, no.
I'm just like,
I'm like, Kristen got something. She like, okay, but what time is it over? I'm like, girl, I'm not coming.
And that's kind of surprising because like you worked at Apple, and Apple preaches work-life balance to the T. Right?
Oh, her work-life balance is terrible.
Right. So, and you're the one with
It's
the
gotten
work-life
better.
balance.
It's gotten better. But when we first started working together, I used to be like, friend, if you don't sick, tired, like I'm like, girl, if you don't go home, like why are you here? Like go home. But she really does just love her baby that much. But I'll be like, couldn't be me.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you know, that baby being both my babies.
Right.
You know, in order to feed one, I have to feed the other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think what people kind of take that for granted, you know? I think people know how much I love the peach wall.
Yeah.
And I think people know how much I love Layla. So it's just like you kind of need both, you know? And people take advantage of it. But at the end of the day, at the root of it, I love my kids.
Right.
So it's just like, it has to get done. So that's one thing that we always kind of argue about or disagree. And it may not always come out in an argument. It may come out in just our conversation. Where it's just like, oh, you're not coming to work? She's like, no. And I'll be like, well, I'm going to work. And I'm bringing her with me, you know? So we working on it. But that is definitely something for us that keeps us, I think, rooted.
Yeah.
And now, like, raising our girls together, which has been a joy and kind of super helpful, you know, because just like when I leave the shop, I'm usually calling Alyssa, like, hey, can you handle it? If I'm working, because I have poor work-life balance, I'm usually calling Alyssa, like, hey, can you go pick up my kid from school? Because I can't walk away from the chair right now. And she's like so helpful. Kristen's so helpful with homework and just being a great big cousin.
Yeah. Because it works out. It actually works out perfectly because, you know, they, as much as they want to fight and fuss at each other is as much as like they love each other. So, you know, it's actually a great help to have them in the shop, you know, together as a unit. Because Layla, if you don't watch her, she gonna run across the street, but Kristen gonna be like, no, I see you, you know?
It kind of works out too because both are only children.
Yes.
Right. So
Yes.
It's like they have sisters now. Like
yeah. So we've been Kristen's growing out of her clothes. I've been giving it to Layla because I'm just like I'm not throwing shit away.
And
you got a cousin.
That works out. And the same thing, like, you know, Layla, I feel like she does stuff and it's just like, well, I want to do this, but I want to do it with Kristen.
Yeah.
You know. So there's an inclusivity. There is a
Kristen be like, when can I go to when can I go to Layla's school? I be like, girl, y'all get out of school at the same time. Like,
there's a sisterhood that makes motherhood easy.
Yeah.
You know, and opening a shop when we did, it definitely it gave them a haven. It gave them a place to kind of be and to definitely just foster, you know, you foster love, you foster their personalities. Our clients.
If it's one thing about them girls, they love the peach wall. I tell you, they love the peach wall. They do.
And opening it was like they were the.
And they are so proud to say it too. Like I love that. Like there's been times I've gone to Kristen's school and her teachers are like, she told us you do hair. Can we get an appointment? And I'm like, nah, this little girl. It was one time. Remember she took all our business cards.
Like we looking for the business cards.
This girl don't put them in her book bag to take them to school with her. Her teacher is like, she gave me her business card. I'm like, nah, this girl is a mess.
Yeah, but it feels good, you know. And a lot of things people don't realize there has been downs in the motherhood of part of the peach wall.
Yeah, it gets rough. And
even when the business wasn't on Myrtle Avenue, we had struggles in other places when it came to being moms.
Yeah.
Like the last place we worked, we couldn't bring our kids to work. You You know, and it's like, okay, everybody knows the salon is not always for
a kid-friendly environment.
You know, we have crazy conversations. We send them to the backyard. We send them to go watch movies because these conversations happen, you know, naturally. But to not be able to
not have the option
was like insane.
Especially because these kids get so many days out of school, bro. Like they ain't never in school. So where am I supposed to have my kid if my kid can't come to work? Yeah. And it's like for those who can't bring their kids to work, because there's really people out here that can't bring their kids to work, and that's crazy.
Like, I hate that for them because it's such a blessing.
Oh, these kids be having so many days. I can't imagine. Well, I mean, we did it, but it's like. And now, luckily, Kristen's at the age where I don't have to worry about babysitting too much because, you know, she takes care of herself. Right. But I'm just like, damn, there was days I really would have to call people and be like, yo, can I drop Kristen off so I could go do this client? Or, yo, can I? That's absurd, bro.
So that's the stage I'm in. I'm in the stage of begging, you know, or I don't want to say begging because my mom is really, you know, involved in Layla's childcare. Like, I kind of feel weird when she's not there. You know, I have those designated people that I'm just kind of like, hey, the day is not looking like I can bring her. You know, I may have to travel for hair, things like that. And people will hold it down. But the peach wall, for those like who don't know how Myrtle like really came about, was us not having the option to bring our kids to work.
Yeah.
Like, when I thought about opening the shop, I never thought about opening the shop as early as I did. I didn't think I was ready. I didn't think I was ready mentally. I didn't think I was ready financially. You know, I didn't think I had the right home life balance for a shop. You know, I was stressed out with the 2 chairs. You know, it was times like, I done had times that I overslept, you know, and thank God I live close to the shop. Like, you know, it's been times like she had to come to my house and like scream my name out the window because I'm so exhausted with the peach. Like, I'm so exhausted with formulating, like, this baby is cooking. And now I'm in this space where I'm working during the day. I'm on a computer at night. I'm trying to find balance in my home, balance with my motherhood, because sometimes the two are not the same.
Sometimes the two are not the same.
I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
But that, like, not being able to have her next to me was such a, like, a drive, like such a pill in my back or battery in my back to saying, we gotta move. We have to go.
Yeah, not having the option was like, it was like tough.
And being told, like, you know, this lady was telling us to our face, like, they gotta go. Even if the kids were stopping by.
We would, oh my God. I had to send my baby to sit outside one time because I wasn't finished with my client and she got dropped off early. And I had to put my baby on the stoop
through like, the window.
Right,
on somebody's stoop, which we knew the people that lived there. Shout out to kids.
Right.
But like our neighbors, and this is why our village is so important and how you treat people. Mm-hmm. Our people that were clients, that were neighbors, kind of realized what was going on.
Yeah.
They realized we couldn't bring our kids in the shop.
They realized we couldn't
eat in the shop.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, so we had like one neighbor that was like, well, y'all could come eat in here on y'all lunch breaks. That was the store next door, the lab.
It's the lab.
And then we had neighbors who lived to the left of us that were like, we see your kids outside playing, like, you know, we just an extra set of eyes.
Yeah.
And then the guys across the street, the corner store guys, Angel, they just always watched us. Like, they would not leave.
Yeah, until,
Angel wouldn't close the store until we closed our gates. Mm-hmm. The people around the corner, whether they came outside and played with the kids until we were done work. Mm-hmm. And then our next door neighbors who was just like, I'm going to the store, the kids need anything. Like, you know, these things matter. And those same people come to our shop and still support us on Myrtle. Mm-hmm. You know, so that instance, it was just like, damn. Like, I had to really call her and say, Liz, we gotta go. And I need you to, like, really, I always know, like, she gonna rock with it. But, like, now we gotta lean with it and rock with it. Like, now we gotta really, like, I need you to hold me down. Like, because the energy is gonna be different. You know, like, literally we split in between 2 places now.
But it always works out. I mean, she ain't never steered me wrong before, so I feel like
yeah. But this was like hard.
Yeah, no, it was, and I feel like I watched you like do it so quietly. Like it was a very quiet, like this is happening,
Right.
But
because the joy you want to have is like when I thought about opening a shop or like having, I keep calling the shop my kid. I always do. When I thought about having like the shop, I never thought about rushing it.
Yeah.
You know, I never thought about like abrupt, you know, you need to find this overhead money. You need to like leave work and work again.
It was really quick as hell.
It was, but let me tell you something. I was so tired. It was like labor and delivery for months.
Yeah.
Like moms out there, y'all know labor and delivery. Like it could go for hours, it could go for days. You don't know.
Bruh.
This went for months.
That's why I only got one.
Like this went for months, and then not only that, we're still raising our kids in the process.
In the process of all of that,
So
and going through life as just like you know, as women, like, and this is the thing I feel like people, you know, sometimes forget all the time is that moms are women. Like we still, like I'm a mom, absolutely, but I'm still a person after this.
Yeah.
So I got my own shit going on. I got like my own problems and stuff that don't even have nothing to do with me being a parent, but just me being a woman, me being an adult. So it's just like having to juggle like your emotions on top of having to put this little person's emotions even before your own on top of working is really a juggling act. Like it gets so like there was so many times I was just like, damn, I'm in bed for like both days I'm off straight. I'm like, damn, am I depressed? Like, so, am I good?
You mentioned juggling, right? So when I think of juggling, I'm thinking about, you know, right? So the balls, right? I forgot you can't see me. So, so those are two balls, work and child, right? So when that third ball is thrown in, and that third ball being dating, how does that come into balancing while being a mom? And a mom entrepreneur.
That's so funny because I said in the car, I was like, "Oh, we're just gonna talk about motherhood. Like, we're not gonna talk about that other part."
But the other part is very valid. Right. It's very valid.
It's very valid. It's not easy.
It's not. You gotta because especially because we have little girls, and not to say that like little boys can't, but having a little girl, I feel like, you know, people always say like, oh, I don't want to bring a bunch of men around her, and you know, you don't want to introduce them to something and it doesn't last, and you know, you don't want no confusion because that's not your dad. You know, it just
sometimes that's not your man.
Yeah, sometimes that's not even my man. like. Baby,
you know, the dad part gets hard, but even though like that's not your man part.
Yeah, that's hard. Not my boyfriend. He's just a nigga that's around. Like what the fuck? Like, but your kid don't know that. You can't explain that to your kid. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be so careful. It gets so.
And the reason why you got to be careful is because now this is where it gets sticky. You know, they have so much access to things that we did not have access to.
Oh my God, Kristen found a TikTok not too long ago, baby.
Are you talking about the TikTok?
I had to have Kristen blocked on the internet because she was like, "Oh, I found TikTok." I was like, block, delete,
because it shows what you repost.
It shows who's following you. It shows who viewed your page. I was like,
not only that, it's giving them information that they're now applying to your life.
Yeah.
You know, they're applying, well, if I see you talking to this person so much, they're your best friend. You talk to this person more, they're your boyfriend. You talk to this person more, that's your friend. Like, they have no filter on life. Like, my daughter, she can't even read a room. You know, and I mean, I say read a room, it's like, you know, we go places with people, or we're in the peach wall, and she may think like, oh, this is my time, I'm gonna say it, and I'm looking at her like,
why the fuck, yo. Let me tell you something. That little girl, and she's such a menace because she'll look you dead in your eye too. She'll be like this, I'm about to do it. Like, I'm about to do it. And I'm like, ooh, your mother gonna get you.
She gonna do it. You know, and I think so with dating, it's like, it's very hard. Because, you know, and I saw this on a clip, just hilarious. I was talking about her earlier. When you have kids, you never think you know, you're not having this kid for the original plan not to work.
Right.
You know?
I said this the other day too.
And the thing about it is that when now that plan does not work, depending on what stage of life it stopped working for your kid, that is the part that they are like hooked on. You know, like I went through a phase of like Layla begging, like, I want what I know. You know, you have to now explain to them that that is not
Happening.
what you know.
Right.
I mean, it's what you know. It's
But
just not
it's over.
happening.
Right.
To now them wanting to go online, see, you know, in their favorite show,
The mom and dad
are together doing the TikToks, doing everything with them. So now it's like anyone that she sees me too happy with now feels
like that.
Yeah.
That unit.
that unit. Where I have to explain to her, like, you know, it's not like that. But then I also have to remember, it's like, damn, you know, what Drake said, I want to hide you from the world kind of thing. It's like, you know, it's certain things you don't want them to see. But now you're in this entrepreneur stage, or this life stage where it's like, you just always with me. So you're going to see some stuff. You're going to bump into some people. Not everybody is somebody that you're dating.
Right.
But when it comes to these kids, it's like, it was a point in time where, shoot, remember Kristen was like straight out, like, my mom is single.
Yeah. We would get on the train.
Like, we
would
be
get on the
right
train.
now, chilling, laughing.
She'd be like, my mom's single.
My mom's
I'd be
single.
like, girl, like, why are you telling my
Like,
business?
You know,
The
I
hell?
gotta pull her to the side. You know, and same thing. And this is like the ages. It's just like roles have changed.
Yeah.
It will be times like, Alyssa, I'm going to call you Kristen. Like, Alyssa, when you see her and Kristen together, they look just alike.
Oh my God.
But it would be times she would call me and she's like, can you believe that Kristen said this? So I'm like, oh, for real? She's like, yeah. Kind of like, so what you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And now it's like Layla does something, I'm calling her and I'm like, well, what you gonna do about it? Like, you know, because now it's the age where it's like, yeah, I heard it from my mom, but it's gonna sound better from somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, so you need your village. Like, you need those people that are gonna talk to the child and say, listen, I know what you think you saw, but that's not it.
Because it really does get to that point. Like, I think, but see, Kristen, on the other hand, she does, like, me and her dad broke up really early. Like, she was only 2, so she doesn't really know us together. So I feel like at that point, I had to have a conversation with her and be on some, like, listen, this is not happening. Like, this is not happening. Me and you gonna rock out, but that's not happening. Like, I really had to, like, because I feel like, too, sometimes, you know, parents always have this thing of, like, you know, well, we gonna do it for the kids. And it's just like, you don't realize, you don't realize you giving this child false hope. You don't realize that they're still seeing you fuss, fight, and argue. And, you know, sometimes it's just as bad for them as it is for the adult in the situation. And sometimes you really just gotta break away. But, you know, I feel like everything, especially with parenthood, is the way that you do things. Like, none of us are perfect. We're all gonna make mistakes. But I've always, like, prided myself as a parent on having, like, honest conversations with Kristen, and, you know, trying to figure out the best way to have conversations with her in a way that she's going to understand them, but still get, you know, the bigger picture of it all. Because I hate watching, like, you be watching those movies, or like even the Tyler Perry movies, and every time the family fall apart, it's because the parent was lying. You did not tell your kid the truth. Right. You was lying about who their daddy was. You was lying about who you were.
Or the kid can't come talk to you.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's not the kind of environment that I'm trying to create for her. Like, I want her to be able to be so comfortable with coming to talk to me, because I was that comfortable with my mom. Like, I talk to my mom about pretty much everything. So I would hate for, you know, my child to grow up and feel like she can't have an honest conversation with me or come and tell me something real. And, you know, so and it's so funny, because now she's at the age that she's talking too much. So now she's coming to tell me all her business. And I'm just like, but I asked for this.
You gotta soak that
You get what I'm
in.
saying? Like now I asked for this, but I would rather her come and tell me, what's going on, who's dating who, who's in this crazy relationship or whatever, than her have to hide it and me not know nothing that's going on with her.
So that they don't become the ones in the crazy relationship.
So even like when I'm dating, I'm not sharing all my feelings with her, but my daughter done saw me in some real moments. Like she done saw me cry before. She done saw me like she saw me in some real moments, because like she said, if I'm with you all the time, you're going to see, you're going to see the real me. And
I had to stop feeling bad about that.
Yeah.
Like I had to stop feeling bad about her being there, And I don't think I ever felt bad, because it's just like, this is me.
Yeah.
And you're seeing, like, I'm with my child from the minute she wakes up and oftentimes to the minute she goes to sleep. There are sides of mommy. She sees me when I first wake up. She sees the ugly. She sees mommy pull it together. She's seen me middle of the day break down. She's seen me pick myself back up. She's seen me set boundaries. She's seen me have to make very hard decisions, have hard conversations. And even, you think the iPad is distracting them, but they're listening.
Right.
They're listening. She's definitely going to come back and say, Mommy, what did you mean when you say this? Or she'll ask me, why don't you talk to this person anymore?
Yeah.
And sometimes the hard conversation is that the person you could not be talking to is the person that you made them, like you made this child with. It could be the person that, you thought was a friend. They're not friends anymore, and it doesn't just have to be male or just male. She has seen me separate from people. Yeah. Because it doesn't align with where we're going.
Yeah. And I think those could breed lessons that you can actually teach them.
Absolutely.
It's like, you know what, this person, may have did or said something, or we might have just grown apart.
Yeah, it's boundaries.
For them to understand that in life, as you age, not that they would have done something negative to you, you just can grow apart sometimes. Sometimes your path is not going to be the same as the path is.
I think our big word is boundaries.
Yeah, I think for both girls actually right now, teaching them how to create their boundaries and stick to them important. Has been like a huge thing like recently, because even with them just being able to express themselves, but sometimes people really just don't know how to treat you, and sometimes you really do have to set those boundaries that protect your peace.
And sometimes it starts with them too.
Yeah,
like with them.
Yes.
Their relationship.
Yeah.
Like Layla went through a really hard phase when her cousin, we talk about them like they're blood related. They are.
Right, might as well.
Might as well be. But Layla went through a really hard phase when her cousin became a preteen.
Yeah, when she grew up on her.
When those double digits hit, it no longer was them running around the house.
Yeah,
it's like
separation.
My cousin has a phone.
Yeah.
I don't. Right. I have a tablet, but it's not the same as the phone. My cousin is making these moves that we used to have to make together, and now she's not making it with me.
Yeah.
It used to be me, my cousin, my mom, and my aunt, and now my cousin's gonna meet us there, kind of thing.
Right.
Or she's not coming because she's out with her friends.
Because she's out with her friends.
Yeah.
I watched that affect Layla.
Yeah.
Bad. To the point it's like, like, oh, my cousin.
And I'll be having to tell Kristen, I'm like, she loves you.
But then there's times where now, I think like, Kristen's coming, so I'm like, well, shoot, let me leave Layla home or something like that.
Are you guys only children? Or
no, we both have siblings.
No, we both have siblings, but we're the babies.
Yeah.
Okay, so so you wouldn't understand, because it's like me being the oldest of all my brothers. It's like if I wanted to go somewhere and like, oh, you got to take the youngest one or one of them. I don't want to. I don't want to take it with me. And I think that's the phase. That's going to come into play. But the beautiful thing about that is they will reconnect at some point.
They have. I mean, right? They have.
But there will be more separation down the line, because she's going to be a teen.
She's going to be a teenager, right? And Layla is not going outside with her.
Right. It's going to be hard. And then again, Layla will be a teen, and now we're both teens. But there's going to be separation.
It's still an age difference there.
She's a senior in high school. Layla will be a freshman in high school.
Right. But even then, as they get older, that gap although it's the same amount of years,
it'll
it will
close.
shrink.
Yeah.
It will shrink.
It will.
And I think the part that warms my heart is there was a time where I'm just like, damn, you know, I got to just put Layla in a different direction. And then one day Kristen came in the shop and was like, where's Layla?
Yeah, she's like, where's
and
Layla?
I was like,
is Layla here?
I was like, she still loves her. Let me call her. Like, Mom, can you bring Layla? Kristen's looking for her.
Where's Layla?
You know? So, you know, in all,
my girl gonna ride at dawn for her cousin though.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that
Kristen
much. She gonna ride at dawn for. She gonna tell her about herself, but she's gonna ride at dawn for her cousin.
Where we look at both of them, like go sit in the corner.
Yeah,
because y'all
like,
are both doing too much. When they have those moments where the gap is not there and they're just themselves, those pure like cousins, and it's just like, yeah,
both of y'all sit your asses down. You too.
So I think it's not just like, you know, the dating part. I think it's any relationship. They watch us have issues in our relationship.
Yeah.
They've watched us argue. They've watched us not agree with each other. They watched us not speak.
Yeah.
You know, and it's usually not for a long time.
Right.
But there's no issues that haven't started like internal first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the lessons come from home. Like we are learning these lessons behind this door. And we walk outside, we all gonna look like we good, we together.
Even right now, like Kristen has a friend group. And, you know, I be using like my own friend group as like, you know, a lesson for her. I'm like, do your aunties act like that? She be like, no. I be like, like, you know, because she's around us so frequently in the salon, even like when we're at our like rowdiest, like, you know, and she sees it and she understands, but she also understands like how powerful the friendship truly is, you know, and how friends are supposed to act with each other. Right. And those types of things, you know, I can absolutely sit down and have a conversation with her, but her seeing it for herself firsthand, being in the middle of it, it definitely changes things. And that's why like being in the shop is so important for, I think, all of us, because, you know, it gives us space to learn these lessons and see these things, but as a unit. You know, none of us are learning by ourselves. Yeah, even when it comes to this motherhood thing, like, you know, Ja has a daughter. Her daughter is a year older than Kristen. We in the same, you know, space right now. Right. And, you know, she'll talk to me and I'll talk to her or whatever the case may be. But, you know, we're all doing it together. And, you know, it's so much better that way.
And sometimes, you know, watching their conversations is just a prequel to what's coming.
Yeah.
You know?
Because if it's one thing about kids, like, yes, they all have their separate personalities, but a lot of this shit stay the same. Like,
it's just a rotating cycle.
Yeah.
Even when Kristen was turning 8, you know, there were things I was watching, and I'm just like, well, I got a little toddler.
And then now,
and now my toddler is 8. And I'm just like, damn.
Remember when that happened with Chris?
It happened. You know, so just every day, you know, motherhood is a choice, you know, and people, you know, go through different circumstances and it can be circumstantial. But I just think that in this group, you know, at the Peach Wall, for those who don't see the motherhood, you know, those who just see us as hairstylists, beauticians, you know, we're humans, raising humans. We going through shit. Right. We, you know, are choosing every day to go through shit and still come to work. You know, still show up. And I think that when we show up with these girls, that, you know, is a testament to just the dedication,
the strength,
because it's needed.
Yeah.
There be days I come in there with her at 8:00 in the morning and she's got her hand out. You know, I'm like, I ain't even turned the lights on yet in the shop, and you got your hand out.
Yeah, like there's definitely some days where I'm just like, I did not want to bring you with me today, just because like I know what that day is gonna entail. Like, if them kids is home and everybody's in the shop, baby, how many store runs? How many times we gonna hear, "Mommy, I'm hungry," and then it's like, we'll be there, and you know, if she's busy and Layla's hungry, somebody got to feed Layla. You get what I'm saying? If I'm busy and Kristen need money, somebody got to give Kristen the money. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's just
to the point now that they don't even like. It's not a question for them. Like, you know how normally your parents got to send you to the other person,
right?
The kids is just in the
shop.
If
I say I ain't got it, or you gotta wait, she's going straight to Amanda.
She's going, or vice versa.
Auntie,
yeah, or vice versa. And I think that people, you know, what I always want people to just understand is that when we do bring our kids to the shop, we're grateful. Yes. You know, because you know people can be annoyed with that.
Yeah. Right.
People cannot want that in their time.
And we thank y'all for loving on our babies just as much.
Yeah, there's been times that, like I said, you know, you bring the kids to work at 8:00. We've had those client days. and you think like, oh my God, it's about to go left, and your client's been looking for them, like, oh, where they been? You know,
or your client's like, I'm about to go to the store. You want a breakfast sandwich, and you just looking while you braiding, like, oh, thank God, like, oh, it's so sweet.
It happens, you know. And so with Mother's Day coming and everything, we just wanted to kind of shed light on that. We wanted people to understand some, I guess, of the loopholes that we go through, some misconceptions. People think sometimes like you have a kid, you work, you have no life. Right. No, we chose our lives, and we chose to be entrepreneurs, and we choose every day to be moms, entrepreneurs, trailblazers for real. Yeah, you know, because it's with all the, what's the word I'm looking for, adversities that come with being moms, would come with raising kids the way we have been chosen to raise them.
Somebody's gonna be watching this and a tear's gonna go down their cheek.
Oh, I mean, I hope so. You know, it's not even
so many people
can cry. Yeah. But girl, if you're watching this, you could do it. Yo. You know, shout out to the mothers.
Facts.
Because it's Mother's Day, and you know, I know there's gonna be somebody watching that's gonna be like, oh well, I hope they got the same energy during Father's Day. Trust and believe, we got dads in the village. Like the village is here. We got the dads, we got the uncles, the godfathers.
We appreciate them all.
The voice has kids.
The voice has kids, y'all. Somebody saw his face. Like,
I have a boy and a girl.
Oh, I like that.
Somebody actually saw his face.
They saw more than my face. No.
I'm crying.
After dark.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so shout out to the moms.
And you know, of course, can't close out without shouting out the great women that have gave you Peach and Liz.
Yes, we gotta shout them out. I don't even know what I was gonna say, cause this part always gets me. For those who know, my mom passed away 2014. So actually, the same year that I had Kristen, my mom passed away 5 months before I had Kristen. So, which just so happens she passed away 2 days after Mother's Day. So her death anniversary is also coming up this week. And yeah, so this is year 12, which is crazy.
Yeah, look, I always tell Alyssa, and you know, again, we met at a really pivotal point in motherhood. I think, you know, COVID was a big year for motherhood. And just to see, you know, your flowers, you evolve. You know, I always remind her that there has been no year that she has been the same.
Yes.
You know? So the 12 years that could have knocked you down, you take every year and you just take a step up. Long paragraphs every
Mother's Day.
Every Mother's Day, because you just got to remind people, you know, that's an adversity and it's a misconception that you can't go on.
Yeah.
You know, it's a huge misconception. People, you know, lose people left and right. But a lot of times people don't expect you to keep going. And not only do you keep going, but you keep other people encouraged.
Yeah.
So flowers.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And
but yes, shout out to Miss Christine herself.
Yes.
The greatest to ever do it, you know. And now for Mama Peach.
Big Lisa.
Big Lisa.
Yeah, hey Mom. I'm shouting you out. I hope you got this far in the podcast. Because that's real. You know, I hope you got this far in the podcast to just know how much I appreciate you. A lot of people don't realize that, you know.
We appreciate you, my girl.
A lot of those sleepless nights, you know, I called my mom. You know, a lot of those nights where I was making my business plan and didn't have enough eyes to see the, you know, the T's and the I's not dotted, the T's not crossed. She proofread that business plan and just made sure that it was, you know, just able to be readable by everybody.
Right.
So, you know, while she was in the delivery room for my first baby, she was sure there for my second baby. And I just want to always say thank you. I'm always grateful. My baby with her right now, shoot, that's her daughter. If the grandma got the baby, that's the baby mama.
Yep.
And then, you know, all the other great moms and female figures that we have that come through the Peach Wall, our clients, our HR department.
Yeah.
Ja. You know, that's another stylist in the shop. She's a mom. I got to shout out Queen Bee. I got to shout out Queen Bee. I told her I'll shout her out.
Oh.
just like all the moms that come through and share stories with us and come through our village and love on us
and love on our babies.
Appreciate y'all. It's like, yeah.
One of our mama clients, my baby math teacher. We
That's
love
true.
her.
Yeah.
We love her.
I actually went to high school with her.
Yeah.
You know,
we gotta shout them out, man.
People like really want to know how this train keeps rolling. It's the village.
It's the village every time.
The village is the oil, the gas, the machinery, the conductors, the directors. We have so many women that come through the shop, you know, and whether you have had a child biologically or just mentally, you come and you feed this baby called the Peach Wall. We are grateful for you.
Absolutely.
So, our 2026 Mother's Day is dedicated to all the mamas.
The mamas, the baby's mamas, and mamas.
I ain't no baby mama. I'm that baby's mom.
There you go.
There we go.
Well, shout out to my baby mama.
Shout out to the boy's baby mama.
My mom mainly. My mom's a beast, and like.
Are you a mama's boy?
Oh man, that mom.
First of all,
Oh, you a mama lover.
I feel like we just gonna keep going because I know your mom.
Yeah, yeah.
And his mom is that mom. Like I love her. I met your mom when I think I was like 17.
Tattoos.
Yeah, I got my first like tattoo. My first tattoos in his mom's house.
Oh wow.
My brother used to tattoo out of
So
there.
I love a man that love his mama.
Yeah, like,
That's so sweet.
it's so
I love a man that love his mama.
like for instance, like I had food poisoning yesterday, so I was like out of it.
Oh, you just out here.
You just be bouncing
You
back.
came through like this.
Like,
Bruh, I gotta make it work.
Like,
You know, and she passed by earlier just to drop off some. She's right there.
yeah.
Right? So she came by to drop off some food to make sure I eat and all that. So like I was.
And you actually look like her.
Yeah. That's my
So when I
thing.
see him, I'm like, oh, like her boys. Yeah. Is she the only boys?
Yeah, there's 4 of us.
So there's 4 of you walking around.
ooh, child.
Jesus.
Fuck. Never mind.
It's just, I don't know what be happening in here.
That's actually mad funny.
Oh, gosh. Wow. What about mom bloopers? What's your funniest mom moment with Kristen?
Man, I don't know. That's really my homegirl, son. That's my buddy. So we really just be wild. You know, my favorite time with her, she loves music just like I do. So we did be in the house like bumping and screaming at the top of our lungs, like just singing. We walk down the block, we be rapping. We be rapping Lotto down the block. The biggest mama of them all. We be rapping Lotto down the block, my girl.
Lotto. See, that's them young mamas. Cause
that's my girl, though. We be having so much fun together. Like, I really love being her mother. It's really nothing like it. Oh, my gosh.
I think my funniest moment with Layla is just anytime you have to just catch Layla before she say something. Those be the funny moments. I feel like you have to give Layla like a look. Like Layla's probably gonna watch this because she likes watching us, and I'm gonna have to say that
watch my mouth.
You can't.
Man, that last episode, Kristen watched it, bro. I had to turn it off. I was like, all right, that's enough.
What I say? I said something.
No.
We probably all did.
We was all just talking.
But the kids, they're just into it. Like I'm getting warm on my inside thinking about our babies.
Yeah.
Because it's just like Layla. My funniest moments was Layla just going through life with her. You know, it's like she sees all, like literally all, has the passwords to my phones, everything. And it's just like, what do I not know that you know? You never know. Like Layla will just say something and you be like,
just FS.
oh my God. Yeah. Oh, maybe the Barclay moment. So I take Layla to a lot of games. Nets games. She's a huge Nets fan. And one time,
I know, right? The Nick in me was like,
you guys would feel like that if you grew, like she's literally growing up with the Barclays Center at the center of her favorite borough in the world. Like, come on, she's a Brooklyn girl to the heart.
It's these new kids.
Yeah, I mean, she's growing up with her arena.
I blame the parents too.
Whatever. So I take her to a Nets game, but this time we are like up in the nosebleeds, which is not where she normally sits.
Right.
So there's a lady there, and this just goes to show you guys an example of Layla's candidness. The lady has her whole setup. Like you can tell she has cups, blankets. This is her section. And And we're just sitting there, and she looks at Layla and goes, "Is this your first time here?" And Layla's like, "No."
Right.
And I don't know why we're sitting up here. I said,
Ma, you got me sitting with the peasants.
Basically.
and I'm like,
Basically.
I'm like, oh, like this all they have. She's just like, we never sit up here. Like she's continuing to go on, and the lady is just like, well, you guys enjoyed the game, you know. Like she didn't want to talk to us the rest of the game.
Right. Oh,
Layla's cheering, looking for her for like excitement. The lady was like angry. I'm just like,
damn. Shout out to Layla.
So, guys, happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, man.
So all
What you doing for Mother's Day?
I don't know. I don't think anyone. Layla, if she buys me a gift, is usually I have to pay for it. So.
Oh, Kirsten got her little allowance. I'm like, I want
I hope she uses it
I want
wisely.
this right here.
But
It's
Mother's
right
Day, I wouldn't even be with Layla.
Right, you really don't have Layla.
I'm never with
'Cause it
Layla
is
on Mother's Day.
You know what's so crazy? Kristen asked me to go, and I was just like, you need to call Miss Lisa.
So Layla goes to, I have to shout out my mom and my aunt. They have a business, the Ashanti Fields Collection. And every year on Mother's Day, they are at New Jersey Performing Arts Center for the Alvin Ailey performances.
Yeah.
So they, my mom is a tailor. She makes clothes. This is where they sell them. And Layla goes with them. So she sees entrepreneurship on both sides. Well, both sides of my family. But she will be with them. And normally at the end of the show, I make it there. So I've worked on Mother's Day, actually, for years. Probably I won't work this year, but we'll see. Don't roll your eyes. I have to take care of my other baby. I have 2 kids.
I was just sitting over here making faces, girl. It was a lot happening in that soliloquy.
Whatever.
Yeah. So, yo, she
Take
be
it how you want.
You know what's so crazy? Because she be talking about me, and this girl talk in circles, but I be peeping it because I know her. So I'm going to just, I'm going to let her
Well, if they
live her
didn't know
best
they
life.
were in a circle, now they know.
No, I know you were in the circle. You were in the circle. It's all right.
You're a monster.
That's what it is. It was well deserved.
Whatever.
Just saying.
Well, guys, make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe. I actually have something to say.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
And I never have nothing to say.
What you got to say?
Do y'all realize how many people are like watching us but don't click like?
Because they don't like us.
I want to know who those people are, and I have something to say to them. Like, just click like.
I'll tell you who they are afterwards. I'll
Press
explain it.
subscribe. What's it do? Press subscribe. Click like. Comment. Wherever it is, but just stop watching it and not clicking like. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Like we gonna this is only episode 4.
Right. And more to go.
Yeah, I want to
That's how
get
you
a
gotta
cake.
look at it.
Shoot, I'm gonna get a cake for our 5th episode.
Right.
From Martha's.
I'm dope.
Shout out to Martha's.
I like Martha's Bakery.
Martha's.
They're
I
consistent.
love Martha's Bakery. I like the environment. Well, I only been to one, but the one that
On
looks like
Bedford?
the one that looks like a bar.
On Bedford. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's good. My mom loves that too. I might have to check that out for her.
Yeah, we're gonna get some cake from Martha's. And cookies. And cupcakes. And cake pops.
And everything.
Yeah. Circle that, Alyssa.
And don't forget the hype button. Find that. Push us into the algorithm. Make us do what we want to do out here, man.
This one for the mothers, the strong ones, the tired ones, the ones still holding everybody together. Welcome to At the Peach Wall. Mama worked double, still made dinner at night. Smiled through pain, made the whole house feel right. Hair wrapped up, still beautiful somehow. didn't have much, but she made it work out. Held the family down when the world got cold. Taught me how to stand 10 toes and be bold. Even when she cried, she hid it from the kids. Sacrificed dreams just to handle her biz. Late nights praying over bills at the table. Still told us, baby, anything is possible. Now I'm grown and I finally understand why everybody says ain't nobody like mama's hands. And we don't say thank you enough for every sleepless night and every moment of love. You carried everybody's pain on your back, even when your own heart started to crack. Oh, mama's hands built this life, held us together through the dark times, through the tears and the stress and the pain. You still found sunshine in the rain. So tonight we celebrate you, all the queens that made it through. If nobody told you lately, mama, you amazing. Some mothers biological, some stepped in and did the impossible. Grandmothers raised babies too. Aunties held it down like real ones do. Single moms balancing work and school, still made sure the kids had food. And some others gone, but their spirit's still here. Every Mother's Day we still feel you near. At the peach wall, conversations getting deep tonight. Talking sacrifice, talking love, talking life. Everybody got a story about a woman that cared, even when nobody else was there. Flowers for the mothers still fighting depression. Flowers for the mothers still learning their lessons. Flowers for the women trying hard not to break, trying to pour love in everybody's plate. And if your relationship with mom's complicated, still send love, don't leave life devastated. Cause healing matters too, and somebody listening probably needed this truth. Mama's hands built this life, held us together through the dark times, through the tears and the stress and the pain. You still found sunshine in the rain. So tonight we celebrate you, all the queens that made it through. If nobody told you lately, mama, you amazing. To every mother, every grandmother, every woman that helped raise somebody, this episode is for you. Happy Mother's Day from At the Peach Wall.